In September 1965, South Asia stood on the edge of a full-scale war. Tensions between Pakistan and India had been building for years, mainly over the unresolved Kashmir dispute. Border clashes had already begun earlier in the year, but what followed would turn into one of the most intense wars the region had ever seen. The beginning of the war. On the 6th of September 1965, India launched a large-scale attack across the international border, aiming directly toward Lahore. This was not a small skirmish. It was a full military invasion involving infantry, tanks, artillery, and air power. India's strategy was clear: capture Lahore quickly and force Pakistan into a weak negotiating position. But the plan did not unfold as expected. The air war begins as Indian ground forces cross the border. The war quickly expanded into the skies. Both countries understood one thing very clearly: control of the air would decide the fate of the war. Indian Air Force strategy. The Indian Air Force attempted to neutralize Pakistan's air strength by targeting Pakistan Air Force, PAF, air bases. Their primary targets included PAF Base Sargodha, now PAF Base Mushaf, PAF Base Peshawar, PAF Base Cheklala, Rawalpindi. Among these, Sargodha Air Base was the most critical. The story of PAF Base Sargodha, Mushaf PAF Base Sargodha, was the heart of Pakistan's air defense. It housed Pakistan's most advanced fighter jets at the time, including F-86 Sabre, F-104 Starfighter. On the 7th of September 1965, Indian Air Force aircraft launched repeated airstrikes on Sargodha Air Base, hoping to destroy Pakistani aircraft on the ground. The Indian plan, the goal was simple: destroy Pakistan's fighter jets before they could take off. But Pakistan was ready. The defense of Sargodha: as Indian aircraft approached, PAF radar systems detected them early. Pakistani pilots scrambled immediately. What followed became one of the most famous air battles in South Asian history. Pakistani pilots, flying outnumbered and under pressure, engaged Indian aircraft directly over Sargodha. One of the most notable moments of the war occurred here. PAF pilots successfully shot down multiple Indian aircraft, including Hunter and Mistar jets. Despite repeated attacks, Sargodha Air Base remained operational throughout the war. Indian attempts to cripple the base failed. Pakistan's counter-airstrikes. Pakistan did not limit itself to defense. The Pakistan Air Force launched retaliatory strikes deep inside Indian territory, targeting Indian air bases such as Pathankot Air Base, Adampur Air Base, Halwara Air Base. These attacks damaged runways, hangars, parked aircraft. The strikes forced the Indian Air Force to relocate aircraft and reduce operational tempo. The battle in the skies, the air war of 1965, was intense and fast-paced. Dogfights lasted seconds. Pilots often engaged at extremely low altitudes. Missiles were rare. Most kills were achieved using machine guns and cannons, according to post-war assessments. India lost more aircraft than Pakistan. Pakistan maintained air superiority over key battle zones. The defense of Sargodha Air Base became a symbol of Pakistan's air strength. Ground war continues while the air war raged above. Heavy fighting continued on the ground. BRB Canal, Lahore Sector, stopped the Indian advance. Siakat Sector, Battle of Chawinda, witnessed one of the largest tank battles since World War II. Indian forces suffered heavy tank losses at Chawinda, and their advance was halted. Losses on both sides. India, higher tank losses, especially in Siakat, greater aircraft losses, failure to achieve key objectives like capturing Lahore. Pakistan, military casualties, damage to infrastructure, economic strain due to prolonged conflict. Who won the war? On the 23rd of September 1965, the United Nations brokered a ceasefire. Officially, the war ended in a military stalemate, but strategically, India failed to capture Lahore. Pakistan successfully defended its territory. PAF bases, including Sargodha, remained active until the last day in Pakistan. The war is remembered as a successful defensive campaign, especially for the Pakistan Air Force. Impact of the war. Kashmir issue gained global attention. Both countries realized the cost of full-scale war. Led to the Tashkent Declaration, 1966. In 1965, The war was not decided in one city or one battle. It was decided in the skies over Sargodha, on the canals of Lahore, and in the fields of Chawinda, where strategy, preparation, and resolve shaped history.